Hey there, welcome back to Tear Diaries. If you're new here, please do like, share, and subscribe for more videos. So, today we've got a very interesting topic, most important for nurses and midwives in the UK, those who are registered with the NMC, the Nurses and Midwifery Council in the United Kingdom. So, our topic is on revalidation. Don't worry, I'm going to make it as simple as possible, very friendly, and hopefully it will take out all the stress that you have for your revalidation. What is revalidation? Revalidation is a process that all the nurses need to go through every 3 years to keep their registration with the Nursing and Midwifery Council in the United Kingdom. As I said before, this is not an examination. It's not a test as well, but this is just to make sure that you're keeping abreast with your practice and you're keeping accurate records and a trace that you are actually practicing. This also makes sure that you are up to date, you are reflective, and you are practicing safely. So this is a list of the things that you will need to do your revalidation. 450 practice hours or 900 if you've got a dual registration. So 450 hours, we've got more than 450 hours in a year. So already you've got the hours just from the year that you've worked. So this one is done. You need 35 hours of continuous professional development, CPD. So these can be virtual and practical. You also need to show that you actually attended some classes and include them in those 35 hours. So in the 35 hours, at least 20 hours should be participatory. What do we mean by participatory? You should have attended a class. So of the 35 hours, 20 of them should have been in class, and 15 can be either virtual or any course that you've done. It doesn't matter if you've actually physically attended it, but the 15 hours can be anything else. You also need 5 pieces of feedback. So these can be either verbal, they can be either written in an email, in a letter, in cards, in gifts. All depends on who is giving you the feedback. So in our everyday work, we see that most people recognize what we do. Some will tell us in person, some would like to write down a note. So you can photocopy some of the acknowledgements that people have given you. If they are cards, keep them for you for your revalidation. If it's an email, download it, keep a copy to use for your revalidation as well. Verbal feedback is also very important. If someone gives you verbal feedback, just write it down. So and so has acknowledged what I've done. They've acknowledged the work that I've done in the board. You say exactly what you did and what they say to you with regards to that acknowledgement. So something that people might not be sure of is that your appraisal, your yearly appraisal, is actually feedback because you're having this conversation with your manager and you're having this discussion. They're asking you about how you've been, what you've managed to achieve. They're also telling you of how you've worked from their perspective. So this is actually feedback, and you can use it for your revalidation. So feedback is not limited. It can be from patients, from colleagues, from your ward manager, from relatives. Anyone can give you feedback, and you can use that for your revalidation. Last but not least, you need 5 reflective accounts. So reflective accounts, it's basically a reflection of something that has happened whilst you're doing your care. It can be something that you've learned a lesson on, something that you can reflect upon. For example, you might have done a drug error. For example, a patient might have fallen, and now after that you're writing an incident report. So now you reflect on what has actually occurred, and you're also writing down what lessons did you draw from the patient falling down, what lessons did you draw from you giving the wrong medication, what lessons did you draw that tomorrow you're not going to do the same thing. So please note, this is not a fault finding account. The reflective account, people tend to label it as a fault finding account. it's not a fault finding account, but it's a learning curve. It's something that will make you learn and make sure that you have corrective measures and not repeat the same thing. So 60 days before your revalidation, the NMC will remind you. It will also remind you for the renewal fee. So after gathering all these documents, 350 hours of practice, 30 hours of continuous professional development, 5 reflective discussions, and also 5 feedbacks. You need to have a discussion, to have a reflective discussion with your manager or any other nurse who is registered with the NMC. So this is just a confirmation that you've actually done all these things. But let me tell you something as well. The NMC randomly picks on the people who are due for revalidation. So what does this mean? It means that after you've gathered all the information and put it in a template, the NMC can randomly pick you and ask you to send the evidence to them. So this can happen to anyone. Make sure you have all the things in order, even after having the discussion with your manager. Make sure that you're ready, because after your manager has revalidated you, the NMC can pick on you and ask for evidence for all these practices that we've been talking about. So don't be caught on the other side. I know this might actually sound as a lot, but if you break it down, it's quite an easy task. So, some tips and encouragement for your NMC revalidation. Please do not leave it until last minute. That's one of the biggest errors that the nurses do. When they are almost due for revalidation, they start looking for information and they are just all over the place. It's not a wise thing to do. Make sure that you start doing your revalidation the minute that you know that you were supposed to be doing it. So I'll give you an example of what I've done. I've been registered with the NMC since 2021. So the minute we had a preceptorship course and we're told that we're supposed to do revalidation, I'll give you a brief background. In my country, we don't really do revalidation, but we do yearly CPD courses and then you just submit. So it was quite something different for me in the United Kingdom. So the moment that we did a course and we were taught about revalidation, I went to the NMC website and downloaded the template. So since I got registered in 2021, it meant that I was due for my revalidation in 2024. Thank God I've managed to do my revalidation last year. I'll tell you, it was one of the easiest things that I've ever done. This is why. So from day one, the day that I knew that I'm supposed to do revalidation, I downloaded the NMC template, which is on their website. Very clear. Also on the website, there are examples of people who have revalidated. There are quite clear examples that you can see and relate to what has actually taken place in your practice. So every time I would attend a workshop, every time I would do a course, either online, I'll just go back to the template. I had saved the template on my laptop. So every time after doing a course, I'll just go back, put the date, put whatever course, what we were doing, put whatever discussion we're doing in real time. So at the time that I was then supposed to revalidate, I just got the information because I had been keeping track of what was happening during that time. I didn't have to then start thinking of, oh my goodness, what did I do last year? How many workshops did I go to? What reflective records do I have? Because whatever I thought this I can reflect on, I kept on going and completing it on my template. The other thing that is quite helpful, have a discussion with your colleagues, some senior colleagues, nurses who've done revalidation since the time that it was introduced in the United Kingdom. I had very great discussions with my seniors. They made it so easy for me because when we had that presentation on that we should revalidate for a minute, I got so stressed. I didn't know what to do because it was something new to me. But after having a discussion with some nurses, some senior nurses in my department who had done the revalidation, they explained to me, they told me that it's nothing to worry about. You just need to be honest. You just need to keep a clear reflection on the practice that you've been doing for the past 3 years. So just remember, revalidation is not something to trip you. It's just something to keep on encouraging you in your practice. So that's all about revalidation in brief. I hope I've made it less overwhelming and much better for you guys. Again, if you found this video helpful, please do give me thumbs up. Please do like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you've got your revalidation coming up soon, pop your questions in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer them with all that I know. And the nurses that are on this platform, please do help the other guys who haven't done their revalidation. Those due for revalidation, all I can say is you've got this. You'll find it interesting, especially after watching this video. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.